You'll never guess what? I've actually posted a video. It's been a while. It's been a while. And this video is the reason why I've been busy. And the reason why you don't get a proper dog. The reason why you don't get a proper dog. Yeah. He's my first dog and he's 10 now. We had to explain all the surgery that they needed to do in his leg. Oh, it's been a few weeks. I guess I probably owe you an update, really. So my Springer Spaniel, because I've got two dogs, little Biscuit, the Springer Spaniel, and then little Scamp, the Cavalier King Charles Spaniel. It must have been nearly 3 weeks ago now. Biscuit, we were just walking the dogs over the field as we usually would. Nothing out of the ordinary. Took the ball for my Springer Spaniel, as I usually would on occasions. And I threw the ball, literally, we got to the field, literally threw the ball. He turned, skidded, literally went straight down, and didn't make a noise or anything, didn't cry, didn't do anything, but anyway, he was holding his paw up. With Springer Spaniels, if anyone has ever had one, this is not out of the ordinary. They don't know their size, they don't know what they do to themselves, but literally hurting paws, spraining an ankle here, there and everywhere, hobbling around just for a few minutes before zooming off again. Absolutely normal. However, this was not normal. So I'm feeling his paw and things, and then I'm seeing if he can bend. And as I'm moving his elbow, it's, sorry for anyone who's a bit squeamish, I would probably just ignore me for a few minutes right now. And it seemed a bit cracky, right? So I'm moving his elbow, I'm that doesn't seem right. But he's not crying, so I'm okay, this is, okay. So I'm okay. So I bring him forward and I'm are you okay? And he's still not putting any weight on it. And for Biscuit, that's not normal. So, so at this point I started to panic. So I was in London. So I was 182 miles away from home. We're not registered at any vets out there. And I'm shit, what do I do now? When we took him to the vets, he stayed in overnight. Next morning, basically was a bit of touch and go. The vets that we were at, they were saying, okay, well, we can't do the surgery and we're not sure if anyone is going to be able to take him because it's a complex fracture. So I was basically kind of setting myself up ready to sort of be okay, right, I need to consider what the options are right now. We got a referral to a place in Cambridge, so it was about an hour away, to Dick White Referrals in Cambridge. I took him that evening. We literally got him ready, and I took him straight away. So he went on Thursday evening, stayed over, had his scans, and then he went to Dick White's on Friday. Okay, so at this point I'm an absolute emotional wreck. He's my first dog and he's 10 now, and honestly just even remembering when the vet was telling me all the stuff that they were having to do, honestly, you can see I'm getting upset and worked up now. But yeah, so he had to explain all the surgery that they needed to do on his leg. That they were gonna have to put pins and a screw in his leg and potentially in his other one, because we'd been told for 2 years now that he had arthritis, but it wasn't arthritis at all. It was a fissure in his leg, which then snapped and went into a fracture. He stayed over on the Friday. I hated leaving him so much. But he stayed over the Friday night, the Saturday into the Sunday, and then he had surgery on Monday. The surgery went amazing. They, like, the vets were just saying how amazing he was. Like, the surgeons, they were like, oh, you've got one amazing dog, and he is. He's like my boy. He's my boy. And it's been a tough week, guys. It's been a tough few weeks. Okay, so they said that the surgery was the best result that they've ever had, which is amazing, because these it's not as if this doesn't happen at all. Like, it does happen, and they do have to do this surgery a lot. So just to hear that was amazing. It's been quite stressful having him home, because obviously he's a Springer, he's bouncing around. I wasn't supposed to actually let him, like, jump up at, like, the sofas and stairs and things like that, and I've obviously minimalised everything that I can, but again, if anyone knows or they have a Springer, it is nigh on impossible to stop them from springing. We've just been going on short walks because he literally can't walk far. Got him a stroller. Oh my god, I'll put some I'll put some pictures around of his little stroller that I got. Oh my god, it's the best thing in the world, because he can only go so far. So I'm like, oh, okay, come on, and then he comes in the stroller, and then we can carry on walking. Because obviously my little one, he still needs to walk, but then also I quite like to walk as well. Obviously I've got my trek coming along as well, so yeah, so I thought that we were getting somewhere. Like, okay, you've cost me an arm and a leg, dog, but, you know, you're worth it, it's fine. You'd think that would be the end of the story. Yeah, okay, Lorna, that's pretty stressful, having to look after a Springer after a fractured leg. And then having to then basically play rehab with your dog. Absolutely fine, yeah. Yeah, until he then eats a bunch of stones. 2 weeks later?